Good morning everyone. Welcome to the online class of Python. So today I'm going to start a new topic which is while loop, and I'm going to discuss about the break and continue statement as well in this tutorial. So let us begin with the while loop. As we have already learned about the for loop statement, so what a while loop does, while loop is basically called as a conditional loop also because it repeats until a certain thing happens. It means it is repeating as long as some condition is true, and it is called by conditional loop. What is the syntax of while loop? Let's see now. You can see here that in a while loop we initialize the expression first of all. So we initialize the value to a variable, and then there is a conditional check statement and along with the while statement obviously. So we will write while and then we will check the condition, and after that we will write the body of the loop, and then there is a update expression. If we want to update any kind of value to it, or if we want to increment the value of a loop variable, then we can write that statement here. So let us see the video first of all so that we can understand it in a better way, that how the while loop works. So to show you the working of while loop, I am going to show you one program, which is that I am going to print the first 10 natural number along with their sum. So I want to find out the sum of the natural number, and I want to print the first 10 natural numbers as well. So students, as we are going to print the first 10 natural numbers, so obviously the value of the loop variable will start from 1 and it will go till 10, because the first 10 natural number I am going to print here. Okay, so I'm writing in here in the comment section that print first 10 natural numbers, so that you will be able to understand what the program is about, what is the coding which I'm going to write here, right? And sum. So I'm going to take a loop variable where I'm going to take a variable named I, and I'm going to initialize the value as 1 because I want to print the first 10 natural number. Now I'm going to write the initialization expression I have written. Now I'm going to write the logical expression where I'm going to check the condition. So I have written while loop, and while till the time the value of I is less than or equals to 10. Now here there is one more option that you can write. You can write that less than 11 as well. So it will go till 10, it will execute the loop till 10 times, and if you write less than equals to 10, then also it works till 10 times. So it is as per your wish, whatever you want to like. While I less than equal to 10, it means till the time the value of I is less than or equals to 10, keep on printing the value of I, right? So I have written here keep at printing the value of I. Now I have to write the update expression as per the for loop. It doesn't do the default increment by 1. I have to do it. So I am going to write here that I plus equals to 1. It means after the execution of loop, or after one time the value of I is printed, it is going to update the value of I to by 1. So let's see that how the program executes, then I'll explain you that how it is printing the value. Now right now I have not written the coding of finding out the sum of natural number. I have only written that how I should print the first 10 natural numbers. You can see that it is printed here. Now how it has worked, let's see. First of all, I have taken the variable name I, loop variable name I, where I have initialized the value of 1. So I am writing here initialization. Okay, and now then when the control is here in the first line, the 1 is initialized to the variable I, and after that it goes to the next line where it is condition is checked that is 1 less than equal to 10. So condition becomes true. As we know that this is a conditional state loop, so it checks the condition until the time it is true, it executes the program. So it is executed, and then the value of I is printed. So the control goes to the next line and it has printed 1. Now it has again gone to the next line and it has incremented the value of I by 1. I plus equals to 1 means I equals to I plus 1. Alright, so the value of I is now updated. Again the loop, the control go to the loop only. So it checks that is 2 less than equal to 10. So it is true again. So the 2 is printed, and then the value is again updated. So this is how it will execute 10 times. When the value of I will become 11 and less than equals to 10, obviously sometime the loop will go to the 10th term, and then the value will be updated to by 1 and the value of I will become 11. So once it become 11, so condition goes false, and this loop gets stopped. right? Now how I'll find out the sum of the natural number while this loop is executing? So this is a very simple way that you have to sum the natural number. So it means you have to add the value of I every time it is getting updated. So let us take a variable here, sum, and I'm going to initialize the value of the variable to 0, and then I'm writing here the statement sum equals to sum plus I. So once the value of I1 is printed, before getting it incremented, I have added it to the variable sum. So first time the value will be added, which is 0 plus 1, because first time the value of sum will be 1. Now 0 plus 1 is added, the value of sum is 1. When second time it will be incremented and the value of I will be printed here as 2. So the value of sum will become, as it is containing 1, so it will add the value 2. So then the answer will become 3. This is how it will get automatically updated whenever the loop executes and the value of I is incremented. Now let's execute this program and see the output, that is it finding the sum. Alright, so before executing it, I have to write the statement for printing also. So I have written here print sum of natural numbers are, and then I have written here, I have concatenated the variable sum where the answer is being stored. So let us execute this program now. So students, you can see that the output has come here. So first natural numbers is printed. Now the sum of natural number is also printed. I have written this line at the end because I want to print the last value of the sum, or the total of all the natural numbers. If you will write this printing line inside this looping statement, so it will give you the sum every time whenever the value of I is printed, right? So that is why I have come out of the loop. When the loop gets false, so obviously the loop will be terminated and the control will go to the next line, which is a printing statement, output statement, where the sum of natural numbers will be printed. So this is how the while loop works. You can write all the programs, all the series which I have told you with the for loop, with the while loop as well, and whatever loop you find easy, you can write the program with any of the looping statement. Now let us look into the break and continue statement, how it works along with the loop. So now let us look into the jump statements. There are two jump statements in Python. First one is break and second one is continue statement. So I'm going to work with both of these along with the program. First of all, let us see what is break statement. Break statement is actually you can say a statement which forces a program or forces a program or enables a program to skip over a part of a code. It means if you want to terminate a particular code or you want to terminate a particular loop at a particular moment of time, you can use a break statement. And continue statement is also, you can say it is also a jump statement. It also helps you to skip over a part of code, but it is quite different from the break statement, because break statement stops the program to execute at a particular moment of time, and continue helps the looping statement or any other statement to begin the working, or you can say to continue the iteration or the work which is written inside the code. So this is how these two are different. Let us see it with the example so that it is more understandable. Okay, so for using the break statement, I am going to write a program here where I am going to use a for loop, and I am initializing a loop variable I in range where I am going to print the value from 1 to 10. But I am going to give a condition here that if the value of I is exactly divisible by 3, then break this statement. It means I don't want to continue the loop then. And if it is not equals to, if it is divisible by 3 and it is not equal to 0, then you can print the value of I. So this is a program which I have written, that when the loop executes, as we know that the value of I will be, first time it will be initialized with 1 and it will continue till 10 times, and limit is already excluded, so the loop is going to execute 10 times. However, there is a condition which I have given, that if the value of I is completely divisible by 3 and it gives you the remainder as 0, this is a mod operator which stores the remainder. So if it is equals to 0, then break the loop. It means I want to terminate the loop then and there. So this program is going to give you the answer as 1 and 2, because when the loop value will be incremented and when the value of I at the third time becomes 3, so it will be obviously exactly divisible by 3 and it will be giving you the output as 0. So at that moment of time the statement will be break and this program is not going to jump to the else part. So let us see the output and understand that how it has worked. Alright, you can see that the output has come 1 and 2, because when the loop executes, the control goes here, it initializes the value of I by 1, so value of I is 1. Now value of I is checked by 3, so it is divisible by 3. Is it must equal to 0? No, because when I divide 1, when I am dividing this 1 by 3, it gives me the remainder as 1. So it is not divisible. So it means that it jumps to the else part and it has printed the value 1. Now again the loop statement get executed here. For loop is executed. The value of I becomes 2. So 2 mod 3 is again remainder 2. So it is printed here. Now when the value of the loop variable I becomes 3. So it gives the answer as 0, which is equals to 0. Now remainder is 0, so it has break the loop and it has not jumped to the else part and stopped working. Now if the same statement I want to continue, then how it will work with the continue statement, let's see that. Continue statement, what I am going to do, I'll just write continue here. It means when the value of I is 3 and when it becomes the remainder becomes 0, it will continue checking it. However, it will not print the value of 3. Why? Because 1 and 2, when the value of I will be 1, it will jump to the else part. When the value of I is 2, it will again not, the remainder will not be 0. It will jump to the else part, print the value 1 and 2. And when the remainder will be 0, so it will not jump to the else part, but it will continue the iteration. It will continue the work of the loop. So it will again jump here and the value of loop will be executed. So it will be incremented by 1 again. So value of I will become 4 and then the remainder will come what? 1, right? So this is how this will printed. Let's see what the output comes. Am I right or wrong? Alright, so you can see 1, 2, 4, 5. Then again 6 has not been printed because when the value of I becomes 6 here, the remainder is 0. So it has continued again. So 6 is not printed. 8, and then when the value is 9, again the remainder becomes 0. So it is not printed and then we got the output as 10. So continues the iteration to the part of the code, but it continues the iteration, the working of the loop. However, breaks the work there only, and whatever the output were till before the break statement, it will be printed. So I hope you have understood the break and continue jump statements and the working of while loop. So do practice these programs at home, and whatever programs I have given you as a homework, write those programs. Try to write it with both for and while loop so that it is easily understandable to you. And if you have any problem, you can mail me or text me. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you so much.